Hey everybody, welcome on Facebook and YouTube. This was just an intuitive insight that I want to give you today to encourage you, so follow along. I woke up this morning feeling bored. Now, I've been bored since I was a child and I always found creative things to do, but I was always encouraged not to be bored, just find something to do. But what if boredom could be a lesson trying to teach you something? This is a word to the Forerunners to begin the journey where the map stops. So let me read to you some of the things I wrote today and let it encourage you. If you're catching it on the replay, just tell me what you think. Okay, so what I was bored this morning, what appears to be the same words over and over, the same regurgitation, looping in a constant repetition. And I was bored with social media and bored with hearing the same things over and over. And so when that happens to me, I just get very quiet and I reach for my journal. So in my journal, this is what I wrote. Boredom is uninteresting, appearing, no external stimulation. It can lead to laziness. It appears that boredom can be lacking purpose and you're not connected to surrounding beliefs or people. This is the definition of boredom. But those didn't suit me. I am a person of interest, a person of passion. So why am I bored? So when I took my journal and I get still for as long as it takes, ignoring some of the things that first come to me, and then I began to really think about what's coming to me. So again, this is what I wrote. Boredom is setting a stage for the emergence of a new you. Why? Boredom creates an energetic atmosphere of dissatisfaction that must be noticed. You have to notice when you're being bored. It's not to be ignored by just finding something to do. That doesn't cure the essence of why you're bored. Why are you bored? I admit I'm bored with just about everything. So boredom creates this energetic atmosphere of dissatisfaction. It tempts you to pick up the fragments of what was, but that won't create a new picture. Picking up the fragments of what was only keeps you busy, and in the long run, you're still going to not be satisfied. Or if it's your ego, you may be very satisfied. So what happens is when you pick up the fragments, it doesn't create a new picture. That only recreates the boredom in a new way. And it ends up being the same old with what appears to be new, but really isn't new. So when you acknowledge boredom, when you acknowledge that you don't have to find something to do, that you really don't seem to have a purpose anymore, that you've become like just I'm just bored with everything. But when you look at it closely, boredom, if you allow it to, creates an inner silence that transcends the constant pursuit of ego in having to do something, to be someone, or being known for some purpose or message. Let me repeat that. When you don't try to find something to do, but you be still for a while, boredom creates an inner silence, and that inner silence transcends the constant pursuit of ego in having to do something, to be someone, to put yourself out there, or being known for some purpose or message. What if nobody sees you and nobody knows you for a while? That's okay. It's actually a good place to be. Acknowledging boredom as a transition into a path finally suited for you. You can be bored while being totally busy, putting yourself out there, but is it really you? I mean, there's lots of people, that's all you read about is they're bored with their jobs, they're bored with this. Why is it? Well, maybe we have to go back to get the essence of our creativity in our childlikeness in order to find a new path. And this is unique to everybody. So you can be bored while being totally busy. So recognize the energy in boredom, the constant regurgitation of the same ideas over and over. The same words over and over. So suddenly, and I'm flowing more in my intuition, I stop and I get this image. Let me try to explain it as best as I can, but know this, words are not going to capture the essence of what I'm going to say, because words alone are not going to portray the whole picture. I suddenly saw a door that when you walk through all the fragments that are calling out to you to pick them up to show that you have a purpose, all the fragments that are calling out to you to pick them up, to define you, because you don't want to slip into nothingness, because that makes you confront what you really love and who you really are. So when you walk through all these fragments that are laid out, you're very tempted to pick them up, but you keep walking. And I encourage you to keep walking. This is exactly what I'm doing now. I'm trying this, I'm trying that. But in being honest, nothing's really hitting me in the essence of who I am. But I know that what was lost since childhood will be found again. So this door that suddenly appears before you will surprise you, because it's in this state of nothingness. You're not expecting anything, but God knows. So this door suddenly appears after you've walked through everything. So you kept walking. You open the door, and suddenly this energy of the essence of I am rises within you that is indescribable to be able to put into words. You have felt this. I have felt this all along, and I've known it all along, but couldn't quite see into why I was trying all these things. But it seemed like it wasn't me. It was part of me to get to the destination. But suddenly this door shows this energy that you've tried different things, but inside you knew it was just a path to trying these things. You knew that something different, something creative, and something authentic would break you out of the box of your own opinion and others' opinion of who you are. This is the essence of I am. So now let me leave the notes for a minute and let me explain again to you what I have been feeling. I've been feeling like I'm missing the mark, but not in a sense of failure, in a sense of rediscovering who I am. But yet I wasn't doing nothing. I was putting things out there, but I knew that they really didn't fulfill this inner desire to flow in the essence of my creativity, my quirkiness, and everything. But I didn't just sit back. I kept doing that. And I walked through all the fragments, no matter what people thought, because people like to understand you. They like you to be understood. And, you know, being a Gemini, and I'm not always into astrology, we don't need to be understood. Sometimes we could appear to be up, down. So this door that appeared that I suddenly walked through, suddenly I knew that this was going to reveal the essence of who I was. And it was going to take me into a new place, which I'm not there yet. That's why I'm putting this out. Because if you're experiencing that, I would ask you to have patience. Do not subscribe to doing what other people think you should do. But also don't subscribe. Deconstruct from everything. Let God redefine God in you. Let God show you a path to walk upon your spirituality that will redefine you as you, respecting who you are. So suddenly, standing in this room, I knew something, and suddenly this thought came to me. Now, a lot of you know that I've said in previous Facebook Lives that I love Game of Thrones, and I watch it at least once a year. It always speaks to me. I love the House of Dragons. I love it. You may not like it. That's up to you. But it was at the very end of the show, when all those seasons had passed, that there were two characters. And this sums up everything I'm saying to you and to me today. Arya Stark says, "What's west of Westeros?" And Jon Snow says, "I don't know." And Arya says, no one knows. It's where all the maps stop. That's where I'm going. So here's the message for you today. Don't rely on maps, the GPS signals coming out of culture, what religion is trying to teach you, that you're useless unless you have a purpose. Don't deny your creativity. Don't deny the boredom that you haven't attached into the very essence of who you are, and begin to go where the maps stop. And only you will know that journey. So let me end with the story again. Arya says, "What's west of Westeros?" And Jon says, "I don't know." And Arya says, "No one knows. It's where the maps stop. That's where I'm going." So, begin your journey where the maps stop, and wisdom and the universe will show you a path that's uniquely yours. It will be authentic, it will be free, and it will be a forerunner, and it will emanate energy that will bring people to you who are going to get caught up in all this crap that's going on right now, the fear, the distraction, and you will be a voice within this generation in the emergence of a new planet. Love you guys.